Righty. So make sure everything is here on the point as far as what we are utilizing, and gonna get ready to get on the stream. I think everything is good here. Turn this camera on here. All right, good. What's going on, man? Welcome to the live stream, man. We're gonna go ahead and get started here. Yeah, we got a lot to cover in this particular live stream here. A lot of news dropping today. Of course, Apple has dropped a couple of new applications for today, and that is Logic Pro for iPad, and then also Final Cut Pro for iPad as well. Those are some of the big news. If you're an diehard Apple user or whatnot, those are pretty good news right there. And those applications are long awaited. I thought they would have been out, sooner. I'm not a big Apple fan. I'm just new to the ecosystem, like 2 years old with the ecosystem. And I have to say though, Logic Pro for iPad, I thought that was something they should have been had out. But obviously they put a lot of thought into it. And judging from my little quick overview when I first downloaded it today, it's on point, and I'm kind of excited to kind of do a deep dive with you all today with it. Final Cut Pro, I also downloaded that, but I haven't, kind of gotten into that. But I think that one is that particular video editor is pretty easier than LumaFusion, if you ask me, or whatnot. But yeah, back to the topic of hand though. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Logic Pro, just going over the overview, just a comprehensive overview over it. Nothing, we ain't gonna make nothing massive for us, some streaming ready to go type beats or anything like that. We're just gonna see how it functions and see if it's worth that $5 a month or $50 a year. So let's talk about that real quick before you even actually get into Logic Pro and everything like that. You have to choose whether you want the subscription or monthly or annually subscription. The annually subscription is $49.99 a year. If you go with the monthly, you just want to try it out, makes a couple of things on there, whatnot, it's $5 a month. I think it's no, you just sign up for it. If you don't like it, take it off your Apple account and everything like that. It comes with 1 month free. So if you try it out for 1 month free, you do have to remember to take it off your Apple account. Otherwise, they're going to charge you for whatever card that you have present on your account. But it's worth the gamble, worth the try, and everything like that. And that's what we're going to do today. So before you even get started in there and playing with it, they're going to force you for that subscription. So if you're not a subscription person, hey man, it is what it is. All right, I had to set my microphone, beat it up or whatnot, but it is what it is, man. We are in a subscription world these days. You can't run away from it. It's not going anywhere, and more companies are going that way. It's flexibility, and it actually helps you out. You know what I'm saying? Because let's think about it. Subscription wise, it's most of the stuff that you use. You buy it and then you use it for maybe a full year, and then after that, something new comes along and you go to something else. So that's why a lot of people going for the subscription base anyway. But we have some avid people that says no subscription or whatnot. It is what it is, man. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, things are going to change and you ain't got nothing to do about it. Okay, cool deal. So that's the subscription thing or whatnot. Once you do the subscription thing, then you go through your your overview of it, and it give you a lesson as far as what you want to do with it, and how you need to navigate inside of Logic Pro, and then you'll have a choice to download some sounds as well. Now I downloaded some sounds already and everything to go, so we should be ready to go for a comprehensive overview. Now I already have a kind of like a session already started, and it's called Find and Add Instrument Patches. It was just one of the tutorial sessions that they had here, and I'm gonna be using a pencil, so if I'm moving slow, that's what it is right there. All right, so for starters, to get looking at it and everything, I'm gonna hit that back button here, and if you want to create a project, this is more than likely. Hold on a second, y'all. Apparently, we are having a issue here with my screen not showing. Y'all, give me 1 second. Let's see. Alrighty. My device. Let's get this straight real quick, y'all. There we go. All right, cool. Had to restart that. All right, cool. So you can see here, this is what you're gonna get when you first get in. In there, you can get a Logic Pro Tour, which is this blue thing right next to these guys right here. Day Trip Manzana or whatnot. And then you have some more tutorial type sessions, play and record a software instrument. That's the one I kind of chose right here. You also have a tutorial instrument where you can create a beat with the step sequencer, the beat breaker, finding and adding instrument patches, and recording and vocal instrument part or whatnot. And if you hit the see all button, those are all tutorials that they have. So when you get in here, you're not say lost or anything like that. All right. So moving on, you have featured sound packs here. If we hit the see all right here, these are all sound packs. So you can get in here and you can explore all these different type of sound packs they have. Now I downloaded all of these at the bottom, essential compatible packs, and let me blow that window up for you guys. That way you guys can actually see what's going on. All right, so I downloaded the essential and compatible packs already, and they'll show you what's been downloaded. They have a GarageBand sounds, but when you click in here, it's nothing but Apple loops, and that's stuff that people are going to use on probably everything that you see on the internet, especially like when let's say you're watching a reality television show. It may be an Apple loop that's in that particular that music composition or whatnot. So I didn't even bother with it far as downloading this one right here. But I did download the Hip Hop Essentials, which has some instruments in there as well. I downloaded the R&B drummer, and they give you previews or whatnot. So let's go ahead and pause our background music, and we can definitely check out this if it's going to allow us to play. Let's see here. All right, y'all, hold on 1 second. Got to restart the sound too, I guess. All right, let's give that a minute for that to click in or whatnot. Let's see here. So that's the drums right there. All right, so I'm kind of excited to kind of play around with those R&B drum stuff or whatnot. Now I do have some AUV3 instruments that I have we can kind of play around with, and you do have some instrument sound packs in here. Let's say the studio horns. Debating on downloading this one. These sound pretty good, but that size, 2.39 gigabytes. But they sound realistic though. Let's hit the preview and check it out. So you get 20 instrument patches. So the sounds, they sound okay. You know what I'm saying? They sound okay. I may take a gamble with it, but everything else, you know what I'm saying, this bass amp boutique here, you can plug in your bass, and you got stomp patches. I'm quite sure these are like guitar effects, basically. I already have a Mellotron synth. I already got synths. I may do the strings, but that's 1.8 gigs. I already have a Korg instrument, so it's not needed. Vintage synths, step secret kits and stuff like that, all that stuff, modern synths, virtual drums and stuff. I already have like AUV3 instruments, but you know, that's neither here or there or whatnot. It just depends on what you want, or whatever the case may be. The Studio Essentials, I'm quite sure they're going to have like your realistic instruments in there. It's going to give you everything that you need, especially electronic essentials and also hip hop essentials as well. So that's all I have. Now you can download some of these artist and producer packs, but I'm quite sure everyone is going to use those. So move at your discretion. So I did download Skyline Heat hip hop pack. And let's see, it was 3 of them. Beat Tape, I downloaded that. And it was one more. Let's see here. Flex and Flow. I downloaded these right here. So these was pretty much hip hop packs that had hip hop and R&B influences in it. Or whatnot. And all of the stuff that you're seeing here in the sound library is actually free. It's free to download. No, you don't have to pay anything, because why? You on that subscription. So that's what it means by subscription. It allows you to, have access to instrument patches and sounds without having that pay extra. So there is some good with the bad. All right. So those are basically, the feature sound pack session. Now, live loop grids. I haven't gotten into this right here, but if we hit see all, let's say we want to go to Chill Hip Hop Masher. It's going to create a project for you. I'm quite sure it is. So this is kind of like their version of the Ableton Live rack view, whatnot. And let's just hit play and see what we got here. We don't got anything because we're not triggering anything. Let's hit this. All right. So we hit one of these yellow cell square thingies here. And let's do a lead synth right here. All right, now let's go to this waveform right here. So you play one at a time. Let's add a sub underneath it. All right, we won't get nothing from that sub. Let's switch up the drums and the lead right here. Let's go with this one to the left of it. Let's switch up the drums to this one right here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we got a sub bass right here. That's fire right there, man. So that's basically what that is. You know what I'm saying? And you'll notice that when we kind of get into something and play around with it, it'll create a project for you. All right. And that's what we mean by when you create a project, live loop grids. That's what all that is right there. So you can kind of go in there and play around with it, teach yourself how to use the program. But we want to start everything from scratch, man. So we're going to hit cancel here, and we're going to go into the session that I started here. Now, this is the main session right here. It's basically pretty straightforward, especially with the tutorial and everything. This is going to be pretty much the layout. This is your timeline layout here. This is going to be that live loop grid is what they call it, or recording everything in cells right here. Or if you want to do it the traditional way, linear wise, you'll choose this icon right here at the top left corner. You have an automation lane that they give you, which is pretty cool. Or you can go back to the pattern block or automation lane right there at the top left corner. All right. You have your trim, or should I say your edit tools. So you can trim, loop your section, split your section, stretch, copy, or it looks like you can copy or duplicate and paste right here as well, man. You have a count in bar, looks like 1 2 3 4, 1 bar count in. Your metronome, and if we hold down on metronome, you could do click while recording only during count in, or click while playing. And if you hold 1 2 3 4 down, this is your count in bar, so you could do 2 bars. You could turn it off, hold it down again, do 1 bar right there. So that's pretty good and pretty cool. Now you can snap to grid by auto. let's see. Yeah, we could do snap to grid here. You could choose your different let's see, your different time divisions. So you can do 1/4, 1/8. I like 1/16 a lot of times. And just like that, you hit those buttons right there, the 3 vertical dots, or excuse me, the 3 horizontal dots. You could choose some things with the timeline as well, man. So far it's pretty good. You got your loop on and off at the top of your transport control. So that's how you set your loop. If you need to stretch your loop out, just hold that down. I'm using an Apple Pencil here, so I'm just going to hold down on the end of that yellow bar, and I'm just going to choose, let's say 5. So you see how it's not really hitting that right there. So let's go to snap here, and let's do 1/4, and let's see if we can get better accuracy. Yeah, there we go. So boom, there it is. It snapped the grid there. All right, cool. So right here, if you navigate down with me at the bottom left corner, you will see this little folder button that I'm kind of trying to highlight without actually touching it, but it's right here at the bottom left corner. You'll see here, this is the browser window. So this is how you would access all your instrument patches, audio loops, one-shots, samples, plug-in presets that you create or what they give you, and also MIDI patterns as well. You recently used stuff, and also if you want to get more sounds for your session, you have the sound library right there. So the instrument patches here, these are all default, or should I say all built-in instrument patches. So these are not your AUV3 instrument patches. These are Logic stuff, okay? Everything exclusively Logic. And you can see when I downloaded some of the packs that I had, especially the Essentials pack that I downloaded, you see that's all of the instruments. And then what I really like about the instrument patch section is everything is categorized or filtered by instrument type or genre of music. So that's pretty cool right there. If you hit the back button there, you go to audio patches, and you have some, you know what I'm saying, some basic audio patches or whatnot. And you get a preview on, if you click on the icon. All right. So let's say you like that particular instrument or whatever, that audio patch. If you hold this down and you drag it here on top of this instrument, or even right here, you're going to create a new track, or you'll replace whatever that is. And in this case, this is an audio track. So when you drag it there, and you click on right here, click on the number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. If you click right at the bottom right here in the middle, and I haven't gotten here yet, these are basically your audio patches. So these are kind of like plug-in chains, if you want to think of it that way. All right. You can go here and you could just delete that track all in all. Okay. So that's basically audio patches. Loops. You already know what loops are. So all these different loops. You get a description right here on the right side of the loop. I'm not exactly sure if you can see it on the screen, but it'll say, like, let's say for instance, Amber Beat 01. You will see 2 bars at 64 BPM. So if you like that loop, you can use that loop, and it'll give you all the information that's needed with that loop as well. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna make something real quick too in the process. We're gonna try to get some. We're gonna get some drums out of here, or whatnot. I like that percussion sound. So it's telling me it's 4 bars at 129. So I'm gonna click here, and we're just gonna type in 129 and hit done. Now, when we click on that metronome box right here in the top middle of the screen, you could tap your tempo in, or you could type it in. Let's see here. You can dial it in if need. So you can actually got a little scroll wheel. That's hot. Or you can dial it in by the number. All right. And you hit done. Cool deal. And I'm not exactly sure if you noticed, but you can also enable your keyboard, and you can utilize your keyboard as well. So that's pretty fire. That's pretty fire right there. Also, you can change the key as well. Now, we're not working with a particular key as of right now. You're probably gonna hear my dog in the background, so I apologize. I'm at home in the makeshift studio. But you can pick your key and also your time signature. You can set all of that as well. So let's drag that percussion sound over and make a new track. Now it's gonna say create a new track with sample alchemy, quick sampler, drum machine, designer, or cancel. So let's just do sample alchemy because I saw that in there. So now that particular percussion loop is on a sampler. All right, and if we go here, you can see that percussion loop right here in the sampler. And I'm just pressing down on C3. And you can see here, press down on C3. Now I am using my my Liveaxtion launch key, 25 key controller. So when I press that, I'm pressing on my controller, okay? But I have the Apple Pencil and I'm gonna press on the C3. So let's go ahead and record that in, seeing as how it's 4 bars. So all we have to do really is hit the record button. Let go. All right, let's see here. And we don't have a, let's see, play here. Okay, so it didn't generate a MIDI for us. So let's go ahead and delete that real quick. And actually, let's choose a different way. So that's sample alchemy. Let's try to use that again here. Let's do quick sampler, see what happens here. And that's not gonna do anything either. Interesting. So that's what quick sampler looks like. It's not utilizing any MIDI effects that I could see here. Interesting. So we learned something new here with the audio tracks. And you can't just really drag the, let's do this. Let's create a audio track here. Boom. And let's try to go back to loops and get that same audio loop that we had. And I forget the name of it. Crap. Let's do drums here. Maybe we can simplify it here. If not, let's see. Let's change that tempo to reflect that. Okay, so that's what it is. All right. So we have to create an audio track in order to utilize the audio or utilize the loops. Otherwise, it's going to try to force you to use a sampler or whatnot. And I haven't dug deep into sampling instruments just yet. But if you want to use the compressor and the EQ, you're more than welcome to. And this comes by default, if I'm not mistaken, with the audio tracks. Once you add those. So we got compression going on. So we're just compressing this a little bit just to see how it sounds. Let's give it a little bit of. All right, so if you double tap on the EQ, let's take the metronome off. All right, cool. So if you hit the back button, you'll see your EQ things and whatnot. Now, let's say, for instance, you want to add an effect to it. Just hit the plus button, audio effects, and these are all the Logic Pro audio effects that you have. You have amp pedals. So let's say you want to put a guitar pedal on there. Let's do a stomp box here. Let's go with a distortion. And let's do some type of distortion type of effect here. Let's go with this. That's hot. Cool. So let's say you got that, you cool with that and everything like that. Another thing I wanted to show you guys while I was coming down here is if you look right here at the bottom left, you'll see this little icon where you kind of go to your what they call your browser window. Right here is excuse me, not in the middle, not the eye with the circle. Right here, this box right here, you can access the mixer channel fader. So if you need to turn it down a little bit, you can. You can turn it up. Okay. And then once you got your finger or your Apple Pencil on this fader, it's gonna show you where you're at as far as your fader measurement. So right now I got it at -0.7. When you let go of it, it's gonna show you, you know what I'm saying, your metering. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm quite sure it's probably using PPM metering, peak metering. And then when you hit this stuff right here, this is your audio routing. So if you had your, so let me stop that. Right here is your audio routing. So I'm quite sure if you had your audio interface that's class compliant, class A compliant, with the iPad and everything like that, you can route audio in and out. And that's what I heard. So we're going to play around with that here in another live streaming where we can actually use real guitar pedals in Logic Pro. But I'm quite sure you have multi-channel output and input in here as well. That's what that button is there. But we're veering off from where I was going with everything. So that's loops right there. Okay. You have samples in here. These samples are more than likely one shots, man. And as you can see, yeah, one shot there, one shot there. That's in the key of C. We got a one shot there. So we got one shots for days. If you really want to kind of like look at it, just put my finger down here and see if we can do that quick slide with the Apple thing here. Yeah, it won't let me, but all that stuff, all that's one shots right there. So samples, plugin presets. Like I said, these are plugin presets where you can add plugins and everything, and it's telling you add or select a plugin in the plugin area. So this is what this is right here. What you see in with the compressor, EQ, and distortion. That's your plugins settings. So if you want to save that here, I'm quite sure you can copy these channel strip settings and save it in the plugin presets. All right, and then your patterns, of course, one step sequencer to browser patterns in as well. All right, cool. So that's basically it with the browser. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, nothing crazy about it or whatnot. When you hit this information button here, let's say for instance you have this audio track selected or whatnot. When you hit general, this is where you can rename the track. You can actually color it. So let's say I want to change that to orange here. You can actually get different type of brightness of the color. Okay, that's not needed. You can change the icon right here. So you can choose icon, different icons if you want. Let's say you want this icon to be on there. You could choose the freeze mode pre-fader, and this is very important. So if you want to freeze the audio, this is awesome. This is awesome because let's say you're utilizing the AUV3 instrument. I gotta pay attention to that game, man. Jimmy buckets and stuff like that. But let's say for instance you're using an instrument and a lot of effects and you want to freeze it. You can freeze it pre-fader, so before the fader. Or you can freeze only the source. So if we was to freeze this right now, we will be freezing everything that's being processed through the compressor channel and that distortion pedal as well. Now the flex, I really don't know too much about. And this is more when you're making adjustments to the audio. So I see flex, and anytime you see like that polyphonic stuff, that's with the audio and how you stretch it and everything. So, so you see that right there. So let's try to see if we can stretch this audio here. So if we was to stretch this, let's say we wanted to drag that and make it 8 bars. Now let's see if it'll kind of do a little screwed up chop situation here. just what I thought. So let's go back to general and let's go here. Let's see here. Let's try to find that flex option here. It's on. Let's bring it back to its original state at 4 here. And let's turn on complex. And let's do this right here. Let's drag it back to 8. Let's see if it'll retain this thing. So you could definitely stretch it out. And like I said, this is all brand new, man. We're just kind of doing a comprehensive overview so you can kind of get an understanding of what it is. But we use the stretch tool here. And folks, I played around in Logic when I was in audio school, but I just never kind of gravitated to Logic. Number one, because I ain't have a Mac. But if you hit the stretch tool and you can kind of stretch it out. But it's not like Ableton Live where you can kind of retain the actual audio itself. So that's what I need to kind of figure out. But like I said, we'll figure that out on my own, and I'll bring that back to you guys as well. All right, so that's what basically that is right there. Complex and flex as well. Now let me see if I turn flex off and we stretch it again. Let me see what happens with this. Yeah, it's still doing the same thing here, or whatnot. So yeah, so that's basically what that is right there, and everything like that. So let's go here. Let's hold on 1 second here. Let's see here. And I'm quite sure it's gonna different if you use the MIDI track. So right now with our MIDI, let's get that squared away here real quick. Let's reset that. We don't have a track instrument on there, so we got our MIDI keyboard hooked up. So if you want to add a instrument or MIDI instrument or whatnot, you can go here to instrument and you can choose some Logic Pro instruments or whatever. So you got some synthesizers here, Alchemy, all these E-synths that Logic has, some vintage keyboards. We got an organ, clav, electro, piano, and a mellotron. We got some samplers here. We have some studio instruments, studio horns and strings, and we have the drums right here, drum kit designer and everything. Audio units is where your AUV3 instruments are going to live, and you can see all my audio, or excuse me, my audio units or my AUV3 instruments here. So let's go to Ice Gear. Let's choose Laplace here. All right, so you can see at the bottom when we added the instrument to this particular track, and I'm in the general tab right here. So we're gonna call that, let's type this in here and let's get our keyboard to show our keyboard here. Let's call this, crap. Let's see here, let's call that, I'm gonna call that Ice Baby. We're just gonna call it anything here. And we could just call that Ice Baby. All right, so on this Ice Baby track, when we click right here on the number, I'm sorry, when we click down here, this little icon in the middle, this is your piano editor, by the way, this little pencil icon here in the middle, and this right here is how you access the plugin, and then this is your mixer window right here. All right, I haven't gotten there yet, but you'll see here at the bottom when you click on that little dial with the rotary knob and everything like that, this is Laplace. All right, so you can kind of, it gives you some macros with it, and I'm playing it on my keyboard here, and you're not gonna see it reflect on the piano or show keyboard window, and that's my finger. But if I take that off, I'm gonna play on my keyboard. So no quality loss there. But you do have macros here, which is pretty dope, man. All right, cool. So that's the instrument. So you're like, well, where's my instrument? Where's the GUI of my AUV3? You have to double click on the name and it'll come up. All right. If you hit the back button right next to this on off switch knob button, whatever you want to call it, boom, there it is. You're back at the macro window. So again, double click on the name of your AUV3 and you're right here. Now, as far as adjusting the window, you can adjust it like this. So I'm using my finger right here and I'm touching the top of the this gray line at the top, and that's how you adjust these things. And you'll notice, like on some AUV3s, you may be able to squeeze and see all your parameters, or in this case it'll automatically adjust to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope right there. And you can just kind of scroll down and adjust your parameters as well. But we're gonna, let's say you want to find a patch. Cool. All right, cool. So if we go and hit that back button, so these macros still, you know what I'm saying, go with whatever preset that you have. So just remember, if you do mess with these macros, it will may throw off the preset or whatnot. Cool. All right, so let's just record something on top of that. I know I started late on that. So let's go ahead. And so I'm going to erase that. So let's hold that down. Let's see here. All right, we're going to tap on that, hit delete, and let's record that one more time. All right, cool. So we to get to the piano editor, again, right here at the bottom, you'll see that little pencil tool. Let's go ahead and click on that. And you'll notice that that downbeat of the MIDI note is not showing up on the, let's see, can I adjust this and make it smaller? Let's see, let's just hide the instrument there. All right, you'll notice that right here on this region or clip, whatever they call it in the Logic world, it's not showing in that preview. And when you hit the play button, that's because it's not quantized. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's try to quantize that. Let's try to quantize that. And can we move the button? So we can move the MIDI note. And let's hit play here. All right, now if we hit this button, this is kind of like a selection tool. It should be a selection tool. There we go. All right, yeah. So this is kind of like a selection tool here. And once we have done that, I'm trying to figure out how to quantize in here. Oh, we got right here your region. Kind of like your little inspector situation here. I'm using this pen. It's not working for me. So let me just use my fingers. All right. So we're going to select all of that there. And let's go with time quantize. And let's do, I don't know. I want no swing in there. So let's just hit that. I don't want no swing. Let's do time quantize again. And looks like it did it. I'm not exactly sure. That's something I need to brush up on myself. Scale quantize. Okay. So another thing I want to kind of go over is when you pinch down, so you bring your fingers and you do this pinch right here in your piano roll, you can actually kind of minimize what you're seeing. When you pinch up, zoom in or out vertically, and I'm quite sure if you pinch left and right, yes, you can pinch left and right and look at it like this. So sometimes you have to just use your finger to get in there a little bit, and let's get in there so you can customize it the way you need to. Now let's take a look at the mixer session. Now that we know that, okay, we can get something started in there, we can look at the mixer session here, and let's get rid of the piano roll. And we should be able to adjust this mixer section as well. And yes, we can bring it up. You just got to find that right point with it. So this is one I'm kind of curious to see. So we can actually, I don't want to get rid of it too much, but, oh, okay. So we can go here. Okay, yeah. So if I'm not exactly sure in this thing, I should have hooked up my Bluetooth mouse. But right here, if you see to the right, top right of the mixer window, you'll see something flashing. I'm using my Apple Pencil to make it flash without touching it. But that'll maximize the window of the mixer window. So if you want to look at everything for your channel strip section, that's pretty cool. You have your pan knob, your fader adjustments right here with the metering. You could do automation, so we in read mode, but if you don't want automation, you could turn that off. There you go, just turn those off right there. You got your mute, you got your solo. This R is set up into record mode and direct input monitoring. So if you had your microphone connected to your audio track, you can directly monitor the input. That's pretty easy, man. Pretty nice, to be honest with you. And I like the color scheme and the minimalistic of the mixer or whatnot. So let's hit play here. So this is the drum loop that we have with the effects on there. So when you double click on there, you get a different view of the plugin. Nice. Let's maximize that window again. You can change your input. So it depends on how you interface in your audio with the iPad. Right now I'm running it through a USB dongle that has a headphone output, and I'm going into my Focusrite that's connected to this live stream or whatnot. Well, Mr. James, to answer your question, normally I don't have a lot of people that watch my live stream, so I wasn't paying attention to my chat. You know what I'm saying? It's normally me and one other person, so I apologize for that. But transport record. Let's see here. Does your MIDI keyboard transport keys work? No, it doesn't. So I'm pressing play on my launch key right now. It does not do anything. You have to go into the MIDI. I'm quite sure the MIDI settings in Logic Pro in order to set up your MIDI parameters with your keyboard like any other DAW for iOS. So I had to do that on Nano Control. I had to do it on Beatmaker 3 and stuff like that. So to answer your question, transport controls on your keyboard? No, you have to set that up manually unless there's a keyboard that works flawlessly with a iOS DAW like Logic Pro or whatnot. I haven't experienced that, and I've tried it on quite a few keyboards, different type of MIDI keyboards. So no, you can't. There's, as of right now, I haven't heard anything for us, you know, saying something to come in there with that type of control and everything like that. Transport control. Let's see here. So, yeah, I answered your question. So I appreciate you, man. Sorry about that. I wasn't looking at your question or whatnot. Normally, I'm not a big YouTuber, so I don't have a lot of people to monitor. So I apologize for that. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to make you mad there. But, all right, cool deal, bro. Apologize for that, homie. For sure, man. But, yeah, you have to basically do everything with your finger or your Apple Pencil or whatnot. So, yeah, I haven't really gotten to those details. Like I said, this just dropped like earlier today. And so I'm getting it just like any other person would get it. I wasn't a beta tester beforehand, so I really don't know, man. To be honest with you, for as you know, saying the ins and outs and everything like that, the play by play. So I'm just doing a comprehensive overview for as understanding the overview of it and everything like that. But I'm quite sure you can go into the MIDI settings again, and you can, you know, saying like, let's go take a look at it for settings, MIDI. You go in here, you see your Bluetooth MIDI devices, or anything like that. You'll see I have the launch key Mark III, 25 key hooked up to it and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Far as hooking up stuff, it's not even give you those options. You can connect Bluetooth MIDI devices, but like I said, that's your general, that's your audio, ins and outs, set your buffer, MIDIs, recording, cycling, automation, view. So Apple has made this very basic for the question that you have. They don't even have it where you can actually set up MIDI parameter ins and outs. And this is a beginner, like this is an introductory. I call it an iOS DAW. So a lot of that stuff and those kinks haven't been ironed out. If it's in there, I'm not exactly sure. Let's hit the keyboard. Normally you can set it up here on the show keyboard here, the configuration, and it's not giving you those options either. Nah. Yeah. So yeah, it's not. So seems like it's very basic as of right now. So hopefully that answer your question. So I appreciate you tuning in, man. I apologize if I wasn't looking at your thing. Like I said, I'm not popular as most people on YouTube. So my live chat interaction is very, very low. I only interact afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That's when normally people, you know what I'm saying, chime in. But I appreciate you again, James. Shout out to you. Like I said, moving on forward. Let's see here. You got your stereo output here. You can output it here. You have some bus. You can actually create new buses. That's pretty cool right there. And you can do a stereo balance on your pan pot. So you can kind of like move the stereo. So if you're working with like a stereo loop, you can actually make that adjustment like this versus sliding all the audio sources from here to here. And it's more like this or like that right there. All right. So that's what that means. That's pretty good. That's very DAW-ish. I like that, to be honest with you. If you double click on your pan pot, it'll set it back to center. And I'm quite sure it is for the fader. So if you've got your fader right here, double tap on your fader, it'll do that as well. So that's pretty cool, man. I like that. So all right. That's pretty cool. I like that. So let's get out of that and let's bring down that mixer window right here and take that off of mute. All right, cool. So in the way I'm running this out of here, seems like it's doing it in mono, so y'all hearing everything in mono and not true stereo. And let me see if I can set that up here in my Focusrite thing. That way you guys are hearing it in true left and right. Yeah. So my USB dongle is not allowing that to happen. All right. So that's a note to myself next time I stream out of here. All right, cool. But anyway, man, moving forward, it got me looking at my chat window like, look, boy, the YouTube community is a motherfucker, man. God damn. All right. Moving forward, we can go ahead and just add an instrument. just to add something here to it or whatnot, we'll just go here, throw that instrument off there. Now this is the part right here that kind of had me hung up earlier. So when you want to add an instrument, you go here to MIDI software instrument. Now you can see here that I added it on there, but I'm gonna delete this again and I'm gonna hit the plus sign. If you see these little blue circle right here, or whatnot, I guess I ran him off. He was mad. Yeah, he was mad, man. Dude got on my ass, bro. Okay, then cool. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I'm one or two people watching your stream. You gonna ever answer a question? That's rude as fuck, bro. And then you only was on like 2 minutes, bro. 9:21 and then 9:23. I ain't got time for this shit, man. Anyway, bro. If you hit this circle with the 3 dots, you see here patch instrument. It'll choose a default patch for you, so it's gonna create its own instrument, or you can set it up where you can choose any instrument you want that is in your iPad, and it'll pull up every time. So that's what that means right there. But I went and I turned it off, so you can do default patch where Logic gonna choose its own default instrument or patch. You can choose what instruments you want to load up every time you add a new track, or should I say a MIDI software instrument, or you could just keep it as none. Okay, and so that's what I just wanted to bring up underneath this little situation right here. All right. Audio is going to be your audio tracks, of course. MIDI is going to be kind of like your drum sequencer typically. Okay. Your drummer is going to be you're kind of like your drum machine or whatever, for us to, you know what I'm saying, like a drum kit. So we'll do R&B here if that's what we wanted to create. If not, we could do hip hop. But because I have that R&B situation or whatnot, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create that. All right, and seems like it created a audio track. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's solo that and see what the heck. Let's see here. Let's solo that. Oh, this is just like a MIDI generator or some type of audio generator. Okay, so that's what that is. All right, bet. All right, so we know what that is right there. Cool. So when you do that right there, the drummer, this is basically going to be a drummer that's going to give you grooves, different type of grooves, and you could choose, you know what I'm saying, which one it is. Pattern is going to be the same thing, but you have basically a built-in Logic drum machine. So if I wanted to use the 707, so if I wanted to use that one, I just drag that over there on top of this third instrument that I had. It's gonna give it time, it's gonna reset itself, and then when we hit play, we can add kind of like a little dot, like Fruity Loops, for example, and we can choose this. Slide down. All right, so let's say for instance we wanted to add a length to that. We hit 32 steps, and now we can go here, and I think those steps get added and they'll copy your same pattern over. All right, and that's what that is right there. Okay, and we can blow that window up. or whatnot. Let me look at my window again, make sure nobody's not commenting. God damn, bro. Dang. All right. Let's see here. We can maximize the window here. Interesting. There we go. Okay, that's convenient. So if you don't want that big old windows, the big old blocks, you can do it like that. And I'm trying to see if we can. Let's see here, the pattern length. Okay, so we go here and we hit those three horizontal dots there. We can change the pattern length back to 16, and we're back here. Okay, so let's change it to 32. Oh, I see what this is. So when you do that, it basically copies what you have over, and whatever you add here is going to add it there. I have to figure that part out or whatnot. That's pretty cool. You have some MIDI situations here. For as, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, okay. You can cut that if you need to. So you can actually check it out before you actually playing it with your thing. Huh, interesting. All right, cool. So that's basically what that is right there. For us adding the pattern and everything, or whatnot. Let's see what kind of kick we have here. And for some reason, it's not allowing me to add it. All right, so you can actually preview. So this little icon right here is to preview the sound. All right. And if we wanted to, there we go. All right, so this on off button, when I had pressed that, it wouldn't let me in there. I have to choose the buttons and everything like that, but oh, this is getting nice. Oh, this is getting nice. I just noticed something here. Oh, that's tight. So when you have, oh, okay. So we have, oh, this is the kick. Oh, so you get a fader. Oh, that is fire. So if we was to go down here to the doggone hi-hat and highlight the hi-hat, we can adjust the, that's neat. We can adjust the fader. And you don't necessarily have to jump around into the mixer. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, so when you select these right here, you don't necessarily have to jump, you know what I'm saying, into the mixer window, make adjustments, jump back out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's why they have this window right here. So it keeps up with whatever you highlight for as come on, bro. All right, there we go. All right, far as you know, saying keeping up with the tracks and everything. That's nice. That's very convenient. Very well thought out on that one. Cool, man. So we have added a drum pattern, an audio loop, and we recorded some MIDI in there. And that's pretty awesome right there. There's not too much else that we can go over for as the overview is concerned. You know what I'm saying? We have some automation here. And I'm quite sure we was to do some automation on the, let's say the mixer here, and we was to blow that up. And let's say for instance, we have it on this track. Let's take it off of that one and let's do some automation on the volume. Oh, God doggone it. The automation works just like a doll, man. I think we have a new replacement by Nano Studio. And I was looking for a reason to replace Nano Studio. Nano Studio is really, really good, but it just wasn't there. This is doll-like right here. I like this. All right, so let's put this to the test. You can see the automation on that. That's pretty dope right there, man. All right, cool. Let's see if we can see that automation. There it is right there, folks. So we can actually go in here and let's see here. Can we edit the automation? We should be able to edit the automation here. Yeah, so we can choose these little points right here and edit the automation. We can selection tool, and we should be able to take the selection tool here and yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that selection tool there, and let's see here. Should be able to. There we go. Okay. All right. So if we wanted to delete that or delete all of these with this selection tool, we should be able to. Shoot, that's something I have to figure out. But you do have automation. You can edit it yourself. So that's pretty cool right there, man. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. That's something that we have to learn on our own. All right. And so let's say you wanted to put that in read mode. Now it'll be able to read for you or whatnot. All right, cool deal. Moving on. I think that's basically it, man. The only thing I would like to kind of address with this, just as a general overview, a general comprehensive overview, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to change the title to general or whatnot, is this right here, is how do you go back and let's say for instance we want to go here and we want to add like a effect to that. We'll have to go here and let's choose Ice Baby. Okay. And we want to add an audio effect. We got the Logic Pro effects, which has a lot of good stuff in there. Or we can go in here and use our AUV3 stuff. If I want to use Mixbox, I can go in here and use Mixbox, double tap on that, and we can blow Mixbox up. And let's say I wanted to use this on there. And I like that they optimized the GUI, because the Nano Studio, it had a funky way of compressing the image on the GUI, so I like this as well. Let's put like a. Oh, so that's pretty dope, man. That is pretty dope. I like this. Cool, man. So yeah, I'm liking this. This is just again. We got a child abduction, that Amber Alert going on here during my live stream. All right, cool. So yeah, this is a general overview. I like it pretty. This is pretty cool. I've got a lot to learn with this right here. I know there's a lot of things that I probably missed. I know there's a lot of things that I didn't go over. But again, this is a general comprehensive overview of it and everything like that. Just checking it out. MIDI keyboard seems like it works flawlessly. Interfacing seems like it works flawlessly. In it, you have your sends and your output, so you can add effects on your output of your mixer. From what my understanding is, your sends, you can have extends here, and that's just pretty dope, man. Man, Logic Pro is definitely a beast, man, that you have to kind of like just get in there and have fun and whatnot, man. And you have an undo button in here, by the way. So if you didn't know that, you have an undo button here, and you have a question for as lessons and also Logic Pro help here and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. And you know what I'm saying, this was just a general comprehensive overview of it. Definitely you guys can definitely check it out and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, see what's to it, you know what I'm saying, see if you like it and utilize it for yourself. For Mr. James, I apologize to answer your question. And folks, he did have a valid question, you know what I'm saying, does your MIDI keyboard transport keys work, you know what I'm saying, and I replied to him to answer your question, no. But folks, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't paying attention to, you know, the stream or whatnot, so I apologize for that if I didn't see his answer and everything like that. But please be mindful of folks live streaming or whatnot, you know what I'm saying. I don't get a lot of people that come on my channel right now. I've been looking at 0 for the last 10-15 minutes, and before this gentleman even showed up, it was 0. So I just zoned out and I just started, you know what I'm saying, going over my overview. But we also got to have respect for what people do, because, you know what I'm saying, like, it is what it is. So stuff like that you see on the screen is uncalled for, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, it is what it is. God bless them and everything like that. I don't want to have to humble nobody. But that's neither here nor there, man. Like I said, man, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate everyone watching the playback, because when I do a live stream, my playbacks always happen 24 hours later. People just don't catch it. You know, that YouTube algorithm just doesn't catch my channel. But I'm trying to be good, and I'm just gonna let that comment slide under the bus or whatnot. You was only in the chat for like 2 minutes and stuff like that. So that's what it's about, being, you know what I'm saying, patience is everything, man. You gotta understand patience. But anyway, man, Logic Pro, man, it's definitely it's worth a try, man, to be honest with you. That just kind of just bad vibes right there, man. Logic Pro, man, it is really, really good. I definitely would tell you to check it out. Again, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, add more instruments to your thing, but you don't want to buy AUV3, it definitely comes with a lot of different instruments, loops, and everything like that you can enjoy and play around with. You know what I'm saying, you got keyboards right here, you got the vintage machines right there, you got the modern synths right there. I may get this one, you know what I'm saying, little, you know what I'm saying, little and stuff like that. You got Chinese instruments. Now I may mess with this one right here, you know what I'm saying. I like different sounds or whatever case may be. Matter of fact, let's see what the size is. 175 megabytes. We can't go wrong with that. Let's go ahead and get that one right there. Yeah, man. Let's see here, and there's another one. It's a tone collection that we can utilize. This is, so you got some guitar amp sound packs. I like guitars. I do a lot of things with guitars and also bass as well. So I'm gonna get that one. That's only 4 MB, and the other one was like 20 MB as well. Studio horns, I'm gonna play around with this tonight and see if it's worth downloading. I got the R&B drums right here, so I'm gonna kind of do a deep dive with it tonight and really check this out, because this is really, really cool, bro. And as you see, I was downloading sounds while I have this running, just to show you how it all works. So the workflow of it is really, really good, very streamlined. It's an Apple product, so they had to make sure it's going to work with the iPad itself without a problem or whatnot. So yeah, we're going to play around with this tonight, and we'll do some more live streaming on this with the Logic Pro for iPad or whatnot. Again, man, I just appreciate everyone tuning in. We're right at about an hour and everything. So again, I appreciate it, man. And I apologize for if I offended anyone, if I didn't say, hey, I got one streamer in the stream, I got 2 streamers in the stream. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing enough that I'm a lower level YouTuber and I only get one person looking at a stream, yet alone, you know what I'm saying, I gotta look up every time or whatnot when I'm trying to do something educational or whatever the case may be. So for future references, if you tune into the YouTube channel and stuff like that, please have respect for that particular creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying this with all seriousness and everything like that. Have some type of respect for people that upload the videos or doing a live stream. You know what I'm saying? We bringing this content to you. You know what I'm saying? So even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a big YouTuber, I don't have like 50 people, you know what I'm saying, popping in when I first hit the live stream button and stuff like that. I'm just doing what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like video editing, so I just did a live stream. So I apologize for that and everything like that. So to that particular person, Mr. James and stuff like that, what you want me to do? Stuff like that. I mean, you stayed on for 2 minutes. Cool, not a problem. Once you make your comment and after the video registers through YouTube, and I can reply back to your comment, and you can get notified with it. But like I said, people don't understand technology and how it works and everything like that. So I can't hold him accountable. All I can say is bless you, my brother. And like I said, man, appreciate you. You can desub if you want to. It really doesn't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, people, we got to start understanding, like, having respect for people that's doing this type of content. I didn't have to. I could have watched the Miami Heat game and Boston Celtics, you know what I'm saying, and see the Celtics go up 1 and stuff like that, and I get swept tonight. But, you know what I'm saying, I decided to do this or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I don't want to be all in my feelings or anything like that, but it's a respect factor at the end of the day. And you get it if you do. If you don't, you don't. Most creators going to get it, but we're not going to harp on that, man. Like I said, Logic Pro is pretty cool, man. Like I said, we'll do more videos on it, and I just wanted to do a general comprehensive overview over it and whatnot. So appreciate the people checking it out or whatnot. And we'll come back and do another breakdown of it as I learn more about it, and show you guys, you know what I'm saying, what's missing and what all this thing can do and stuff like that. And I'm quite sure more YouTubers have gotten more intel on it and have more time to check it out. But, you know, I do this part-time. I don't have the full-time availability to be a YouTuber and everything like that to go over everything in detail. But I did just download it and, you know, download all the sounds today, and just wanted to introduce my subscribers and the people that pay attention. Hey, it's out. It works well. It works well with the AUV3, the MIDI keyboard, and a little USB dongle. And I'm quite sure it works really well with a class compliant USB interface as well, man. So appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, man, subscribe. This is your boy Super Mario. You have been in the yo. Hey, if you like the video, it's been some type of useful, like it. If you don't, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, and if you don't like, subscribe. It's all good, man. But I do this from the heart, not for money, not for anything or whatnot, man. Just, I like music. That's it. So for that gentleman, though, you did kill my vibe. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're not paying attention. I'm the only one out of the 2 viewers. Okay. Anyway, man, it is what it is, man. Y'all have a good day, bro. Or whatnot. Logic Pro. Stay creative. Subscribe. Like a video. This was helpful for you. Until next time, we being out of here, man. Peace and blessings. Catch y'all on the next go around. We'll talk about probably guitar pedals next go around. Tascam Model 12. You know what I'm saying? Push 3 just dropped. So there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things moving in the music community. So you got to subscribe and all this, pay attention. Catch you later. Peace.